Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Plant. Welcome to our Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club. We are having 5 fighters today featured on our PBC Pay-Per-View event on Prime Video, March 30th at T-Mobile Arena. This event is promoted by TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing. Tickets for the live event are available now on AXS.com. So let's run down the card real quick. We're going to begin the night with a free live stream on PBC Prime Video beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, featuring super welterweight contenders Serhii Bohachuk versus Brian Mendoza as they meet for the interim WBC super welterweight title. And in the main event, unbeaten rising star middleweight Elijah Garcia takes on middleweight contender Kyron Davis. Then for our Prime Video pay-per-view that begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we will feature unbeaten rising star Tim Tszyu against Sebastian Fundora for Tszyu's WBO title and the vacant WBC 154-pound world title. In the co-main, we will see WBA super lightweight world champion Rolando Romero facing the exciting Isaac Cruz. And we also have world champion Erislandy Lara defending his WBA title against Australia's Michael Zerafa. Opening the pay-per-view portion, we have WBC flyweight champ Julio Cesar Martinez defending his title against unbeaten Angelino Cordova. So as you guys can see, we have a stacked night of fights from top to bottom of the card, a lot of world title fights, all on PBC pay-per-view featured on Prime Video, and it's all on March 30th. Be sure to get your tickets on AXS.com. And right now, we actually have world champ Erislandy Lara in the ring, warming up for his media workout, so we'll go ahead and send it over there. All right, now we are here with champ Erislandy Lara, and Martine will translate for us. Thank you so much. So, Lara, it's been some time since your last fight, but have you been able to enjoy more time with family or just in resting and recovering your body in between fights?
Ha pasado un tiempo desde tu última pelea. ¿Has logrado tener más tiempo para disfrutar con tu familia, que el cuerpo sane durante este periodo?
Sí, he logrado eso, he estado entrenando también, me he metido el año entero 2023 entrenando junto con la familia, está tranquilo en la casa, chilling.
Absolutely, yeah. I've spent 2023 from beginning to end training and being able to enjoy the family at home.
That's so nice. I know how important family is to you. And since you've been training in between this time, has there been anything new that you've been learning fundamentally or been working on?
¿Qué cosas nuevas has logrado aprender de manera fundamental o en qué has estado trabajando durante el 2023?
Bueno, casi siempre se logra algo en el boxeo, en el entrenamiento. Estamos trabajamos bien duro ahora para este campo de entrenamiento y hemos logrado muchas cosas. Hemos trabajado sobre el boxeador que vamos a pelear y creo que hemos tenido buenos resultados en los entrenamientos.
There's always something that you can learn when you put time in the gym. And we have certainly focused on the opponent that we're about to have, and there's always time to learn new things in the gym. We gotta always be open to learning.
Can he tell me some of the new things he's learned in the gym, though?
¿Nos puedes decir alguna de las cosas que aprendiste últimamente? ¿Algo que le puedas contar a la gente?
Ay, no sé eso ni sé, trabajando duro solamente, trabajando duro en el gimnasio y las cosas saliendo bien, perfectamente bien.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that I have been working really hard in the gym and that things have been going spectacularly. So you're going to see it on Saturday.
And I think as long as you're sparring consistently in the gym, as if you have a long layoff, it's not as big of a deal if you're staying active sparring in the gym. So I want to know, does he know about how many rounds he's sparred since his last fight?
Bueno, la importancia de mantenerse activo con sparrings, más allá de no quizás estar en el ring. ¿Cuántos rounds has tenido con sparrings durante este periodo de inactividad?
Tengo desde 2023, de enero, tengo posiblemente casi más de 100 sparring, tengo ya más de 100 rounds. Posiblemente. Me he mantenido en 2023 y al principio de 2024 aquí entrenando en La Vega y haciendo muchos sparring, que eso es lo que me pone a mí en forma.
You're absolutely right. The sparring sessions have kept me in shape, and I will say I've had over 100 rounds of sparring sessions between January of 2023 and now.
Wow, that's great to hear. I'm so glad that you've been staying active with the sparring, and we're looking forward to Saturday night. Does he have any message to his opponent, Michael Zerafa?
¿Tienes algún mensaje para tu oponente, Michael Zerafa?
¿Qué voy a tener mensaje? Nada, que venga listo solamente para el 30 de marzo. Estamos ahí, estamos ya a 9 días de la pelea y estamos listos para él y esperar lo que trae.
Message? One message. He better come ready for March 30th because we'll be ready for him.
Spoken as a true professional. Well, I know you got other things to do. You're in the middle of the camp. It's the last week of training camp, so I'll let you go. Thank you so much for your time.
Muchas gracias por tu tiempo, Erislandy.
I'll see you. So that's it from champ Erislandy Lara. He's going to get a few photo ops here. Next we will have Michael Zerafa joining us. He should be here shortly. CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerby. Thank you so much for joining me. First off, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Thank you. Yeah, just been on the grind. Lot going on.
Well, I hope good things. And I saw on Twitter last night you tweeted, do you think that Sebastian Fundora can pull the upset against Tim Tszyu?
Sure.
And I wanted to ask you, what do you think, since you're asking the fans?
Sure, why not? I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think stylistically he creates a problem for Tszyu because Tszyu hadn't had any time to prepare for a 6'6" southpaw. You know, who's relentless. He's going to be right in his face all night long. It's not hard to figure him out, and it's going to be a difficult fight.
Yeah, and that's one question I'm going to ask Tszyu later today is, was he able to get any last-minute sparring this week that could be similar to Fundora, just to brush him up a little bit before next weekend?
Where are you going to find a 6-foot-something southpaw just in shape enough to go some rounds with you?
I don't know. You mean you might be able to find, a guy that's maybe 6'2", 6'3", but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's really hard to prepare for a guy like Fundora, and the style it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and he's a very good fighter, and I think it's a 50-50 fight.
I can see that as well. And I wanted to shift it over to just the state of boxing and PBC now being on such a huge streaming service like Prime Video. I wanted to kind of hear your thoughts on that because nowadays, everyone's on their phones. No one's really, watching cable TV. It's a lot of streaming now. So how exciting is that to see PBC now on Prime Video?
It's really exciting. This is something that's been in the works for quite some time, and finally we're here for the launch. And PBC, we have a great game plan for the fans moving forward, and it starts with March the 30th, an outstanding card from top to bottom. I'm just really, really excited to fight for the fighters to have this opportunity to fight on an enormous platform. It gets no bigger and better than that.
I agree. And Curmel Moton is here as well. He's one of your guys' fighters. He's had 2 professional fights. Does he have anything coming up soon?
Yeah, he's actually fighting on the card on the 30th.
See, this is news to me right now.
Yeah, he's fighting on the card on the 30th. We're really excited about him developing as a young pro. He's already one of the top prospects in all of boxing right now, and he's just, he's learning the trade and just getting better and better. He's a guy that's always looking to get better every day. He's willing to work with anybody. I'm talking about sparring. He absorbs a lot of knowledge from all these different fighters. So we're very, very happy with the direction that we're going with him. And again, like I said, he'll be ready to go on March the 30th.
And I've been seeing him in the gym, since about 15, 16. I remember seeing him in there, a little kid, hitting those mitts. I was so impressed, and it's so awesome to see him here now fighting on a PBC card with you guys. And I was wondering, just a fighter of that caliber that just is so promising when he's so young, how do you move him in his career? Are you guys planning on getting him to a world title quickly or moving him slowly? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, because he's extremely talented and he has a very, very high IQ, it's not going to take that long for him to get to where we see that he can go. And I expect him to be fighting for a world title about a year.
Wow, a year from now?
Yes.
I like to hear that. I hope I'm there for that.
We're going to keep him busy. He's going to be busy learning all these different types of styles, and he'll be ready. It won't be long because he has a big amateur background, and even while he was an amateur, he was working with several top-tier professionals. And I'm sure everyone's heard the names of fighters that he's worked with. So he's getting all that invaluable experience early on, and he'll be ready to go.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how his career turns out. I know I'm not old, but I feel like I'm getting old because I remember seeing him like 9, 10 years old, and now he's pro and going to be fighting for a world title next year. So it's crazy how things change, and I'm sure you've seen it in boxing as well.
Yes, I have.
Well, thank you for your time. I think I want to see if I can bring Curmel on. He's interviewing? Okay, we'll get him over here soon. But it was great to see you, Leonard, and I'll see you next Saturday. All right, thank you. All right, we're here with Curmel Moton. I just finished talking to your promoter, Leonard Ellerby. He had a lot of great things to say about you, which I'm going to wait a second to say because I want to get your thoughts first. So you just turned pro last year. You have 2 professional fights under your belt. How was that transition for you from amateur to the pros?
It was great. It went smooth. I had Floyd behind me and Ellerby, so it was real easy. I've been ready to go pro for about 2-3 years now. I'm just waiting on the call, so it went smooth.
Now, I don't know if you remember, you probably might have been maybe 9 or 10 years old, I'm not sure, but I used to see you in the gym when you were like a little boy training, and it's just so awesome to see you here now, professionally fighting and signed with a promotion company. Is it kind of like I don't want to say shocking, but how does it feel to be like, well, I'm on this big stage, I'm going to be fighting on the pay-per-view next Saturday in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's like a dream come true. You know, coming up when I was a little kid, I always looked forward to this moment, and now it's here, so I'm ready for it, and it's exciting.
So you're fighting at 126 or 130? Because I saw some catch weights. So what is your plan? To stick at 126 or be at 130?
As of right now, I'm fighting at both 126 and 130. This bout's going to be at 130, so I switch in between.
And which one do you feel more comfortable at? Do you feel like your power works better at the 126-pound weight class?
Both. I feel comfortable making both weights. I feel strong at both weights, fast, so either one.
Okay, and so Leonard, I asked him, you're a talented guy. You're going to move through these fights pretty quickly. I said, when do you see him fighting for a world title? He said, potentially a year from now. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we'll see what the future holds. I'm going to keep handling business against these opponents and keep moving up in the ranks. And if I get the shot, then I'm ready for it.
Is there anyone that you have your eye on?
Whoever got the belts, anybody, no one in particular, just whoever's in my way.
Okay. And so next Saturday, I know you're on the card. What do you think about the main event? It was a last-minute change. If you were in Tim Tszyu's position, knowing that you were going to fight someone like Keith Thurman, who's about 5'9", 5'10", orthodox, and then 12 days before, now you have to fight a guy that's 6'5" and a southpaw, what would you do in that situation to prepare?
Yeah, you definitely got to make some adjustments in the camp. But Tim Tszyu got a lot of experience. He's fought tall southpaws before, I'm sure. So it shouldn't be nothing to him. He's used to it.
Yeah. Spoken as a true professional, you guys, that's what you guys do. You guys fight guys that are different statures, stances all the time in the gym. So I know he's faced it, but I think for your record to be on the line and your belt to be on the line, it probably adds a lot more pressure, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. But it's boxing, Tim Tszyu got to go in there and handle business.
Well said. All right, well, thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you fight next Saturday. That's very exciting. Hopefully you'll be 3-0. All right, thank you.
Just take your time. 5 minutes in here, just moving around, just get a little sweat going.
And now we have Michael Zerafa in the ring for his media workout. He'll be facing WBA middleweight champion Erislandy Lara. He came all the way from Australia. This will be his second time fighting in the U.S., and it's for a world title, so I'm sure he's very happy to be here. We'll interview him after his media workout.
want to slip? Can you put some tape underneath?
And in case you're just tuning in, this is PBC's Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club. Today we'll see 5 of our fighters featured on our PBC Pay-Per-View event available on Prime Video March 30th at T-Mobile Arena. This event is promoted by TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing. Tickets for the live event are available now through AXS.com. We have a stacked night of fights. We'll kick off the evening with a free live stream on PBC Prime Video beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, featuring super welterweight contenders Serhii Bohachuk and former title challenger Brian Mendoza as they meet for the interim WBC welterweight title. And in the main event for the prelims, we have a rising unbeaten middleweight Elijah Garcia taking on middleweight contender Kyron Davis. Then for our Prime Video pay-per-view, which begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, featuring unbeaten rising star Tim Tszyu against contender Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora for Tszyu's WBO title and the vacant WBC 154-pound world title for our main event. And in the co-main, WBA super lightweight world champ Rolando Romero faces the exciting Isaac Pitbull Cruz. That's a fight you guys do not want to miss. I feel like there'll be some huge blows in that one. We also have world champion Erislandy Lara defending his WBA title against Australia's Michael Zerafa, who we are seeing in the ring now. And opening the pay-per-view portion, WBC flyweight champ Julio Cesar Martinez defends his title against unbeaten Angelino Cordova. So it's a stacked night of fights, guys. We'll be sure to tune in because it's going to be some action on March 30th on PBC Pay-Per-View on Prime Video. Now we have Michael Zerafa heading over to us for an interview shortly here. So stay tuned for that. Oh, we can switch, no problem. This is my good side, actually. All right, Michael. First off, how's it feel to be back in the U.S.? You haven't fought here since you fought Peter Quillen. It's your second fight here in the U.S., and it's for a world title, so I know this has to be exciting for you.
Yeah, look, I'm super excited. You know, I was a boy here when I came here first. Now I'm a man, so it's a big difference. You're going to see a different Michael Zerafa. Unfortunately, the first time I was here, I fell short against a big puncher in Peter Quillen, but, you know, I've now transitioned to someone a lot better, and I'm ready to shock the world and make a statement. In what ways have you gotten better? Mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I just feel like I'm a different all-round fighter. I'm more experienced. You know, I fought Peter Quillen at 21 years old. You know, I stepped up too quick. I thought I could take on the world, but unfortunately, I fell short. But now I feel like I'm ready to go. This is my time. And what can we expect between you and Lara? Do you see this fight going the distance, or do you see it going in and early? I truly believe, like, I've got a lot of respect for Lara. I'm a big fan of Lara prior to even becoming, you know, opponents. But I truly believe it's not going to go the distance. You know, I don't look as strong as I actually am. You know, I've knocked out a lot of my opponents. I fought 9 world champions, and they've all said I've got ridiculous power. Working alongside Nonito Donaire as well in my camp. You know, he says the same thing. You know, I'm super strong, super fast, and you know, as long as we both go in there healthy, we come out healthy. That's the best result.
Well, I'm looking forward to your guys' fight. And Lara is a very slick boxer, moves a lot, and that's his style. It's a beautiful style. How do you plan to land punches on someone that is so slick?
I can't say too much, but March 30, I'll show it. Like I said, Lara has been in there with the best. You know, this is just another day for him, but this is my life. This is my world. You know, this is my 3rd crack at it. You know, I fell short against Kell Brook. Took him 12 rounds, but I feel like, you know, Kell Brook is level above Lara now. So, you know, I truly believe that this is my time, and I'm going to make a statement.
I can feel the seriousness from you standing here. I can tell that you really want this. So, what were you gonna say?
Well, this is more than a fight for me. You know, this has been my whole life. You know, my sister is suffering with cancer at the moment. She's battling for her life, and you know, her dream was to see me win a world title. And you know, this is it. This is it for me. You know, this is my world title fight, and she's still with us. You know, thank God, and I thank God for the opportunity. And you know, this is more than a fight for me. This is not about the money. This is not about anything else. But you know, to prove that you're fighting for your life and fighting for a world title, you know, anything can happen.
And what is your sister's name, if you don't mind me asking?
Her name's Michelle Zerafa, and yeah, she's been in my corner since day one. But like I said, it's been more than just a fight for me. This is about proving that, you know, she's in her own fight herself, and if you stay strong to yourself, you know, believe in yourself and believe what God has planned for you, this is what it's all about. And I'm going out there to make a statement.
I love that, and I think that every fan at home can relate to that hardship or going through things, and you have to keep fighting. And I'm sure you think if your sister can fight cancer and battle through that, you can sure go 12 rounds and give your all.
Exactly right, and that's what I'm trying to prove, that, you know, those going through it or been through it, you know, it's just another fight, another hurdle you've got to jump. And I'm here to prove that, you know, no matter how big it is on the stage, world stage, or, you know, how many people tune in and watch, that you know, you can fight through this and become something great or beat cancer.
Well, best of luck to you on March 30th. I think we're actually going to do a face-off with you and Erislandy Lara before you head out. So we have to see where he's at. Hopefully someone can get him over here. Until then, you guys, we'll flip it over to the ring, and we'll be back with the face-off. Thank you. All right, and now we have world champ Erislandy Lara facing off with Australia's Michael Zerafa. They'll be fighting for Lara's WBA title March 30th on Prime Video. Pay-per-view, you guys. Make sure you guys tune in, buy the pay-per-view. This one's going to be a great matchup. As you can see, they're similar height, arm reach looks pretty similar. It's going to be a nice fight. Good style matchup.
This way? Okay, one this way. Everybody get it, Mario? Yeah. Everybody get it? Now rolling was rolling. Can we get you guys right in the center? God bless you. Go.
Michael, can we get you in the center of the ring? Face off.
Come over this way. Both you guys this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna go back here.
Hold on, Mike. I'm gonna get you right in the center. And just one more face off.
One more thing, straight on.
Face off. Face off. Face off. And then can you look this way now? Everybody can get that shot. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And now entering the ring, we have WBA Super Lightweight World Champ Rolando Romero. He faces Isaac Pitbull Cruz on March 30th. This will all be available on our PBC Pay-Per-View event, available on Prime Video, March 30th at T-Mobile Arena. Tickets for the live event are available now on AXS.com. And as you can see, Rolly's entering the ring with a lollipop in his mouth. Wonder if he's going to work out with that. Not sure. But as everyone knows that knows Rolly, he does what he wants. So he's having fun. That's all that matters.
Mine's working.
Have you been watching Ali do rope-a-dope? Ali Foreman?
You want me to stand there taking photos? Are you good? Yeah, just go up in there. Want to get in there? Get in the ring? Going over here, bro.
All right, and now I'm joined by Rolly over here. That was an exciting media workout. You want to talk to us about the lollipop? Is that your training partner right now?
I like dum-dums.
All right. Well,
I like dum-dums.
well, I know you didn't. We're not doing too much today. We're a week before the fight. You're probably just coming in here trying to shake out. But I do want to know you've made some changes to your camp. You're now training with Ismael Salas and also working with strength and conditioning coach Tony Brady. How has this camp been for you? And do you feel like we're going to see a different version of Rolly this fight?
I think everybody see a different version of Rolly every single fight. So, yeah.
I get it. You're always evolving. But let's say, like, is there anything you've learned from Ismael Salas this camp?
I always learn everything. Every single camp, I learn something new every single camp. Ismael Salas is a tremendous trainer, though. He used to train me before I turned pro, so.
Yeah, I knew you guys had that past relationship. So does it feel good to be back in the gym with him? How's the energy?
I feel back home. Yeah, so, yeah, I feel back home.
I know that's got to be a good feeling, especially when you're in the ring. You're putting your life on the line. You're taking punches, so it feels good to be back at home with a trainer that you feel really safe and comfortable with.
I don't remember the last time I took a punch.
Well, all right. And then let's talk about your strength and conditioning training, because I've seen you at the gym a couple times training with Tony Brady. Do you feel like your power is going to – I know you already have a lot of power, but do you feel like you're going to have even more power for your fight on March 30th?
Yeah, I think Tony Brady's a tremendous trainer as well. Like, a lot of explosive work, you know, and honestly, I hate every single moment of training with him. But it's what I need, so.
So to say that the training's been harder and you don't like it, but you know it's getting you better, do you think you're going to be hitting harder next Saturday?
I mean, I already hit hard, but I mean, it's just going to be more and more and more. So more of an explosion.
Okay. And, you know, Isaac Cruz, your opponent, that's a guy that he can take punches if he needs to. He's going to come forward. He's coming to win. I want to know.
No. He takes punches because he has to, not because he needs to. He has no other option.
Okay. Well, what I want to know is, how do you plan to slow him down or keep him off of you? Do you plan to box, or do you just want to fight fire with fire on Saturday night?
This fight's going to be an explosion. It's going to be a Mexican slugfest. I'll beat him at his own game.
I kind of expected that. I'm excited to see your guys' fight. Is there anything you want to send a message to? You want to send a message to Isaac Cruz?
I think everybody's excited to see this fight. And this fight doesn't even require that much talking. Like, this fight's, everything's going to happen in the ring, and y'all going to see March 30th, Amazon Prime pay-per-view.
I love that. He's trying to steal my job right here, plugging the fight. Well, all right, Rolly. Well, it's nice talking with you. I'll see you next Saturday, March 30th, and best of luck. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, you guys. So we're gonna wait for Tim Tszyu to arrive next. He'll be in the ring for his media workout, and then after that, we'll have Sebastian Fundora. So stay tuned. All right, now I'm joined by the Filipino Flash. Thank you, Nonito, for joining us right now ahead of our March 30th PBC on Prime pay-per-view. So you are training Michael Zerafa,
Yes.
who is on our card, and you guys met about 2 years ago at the WBA convention. Can you kind of talk about how you guys met and what led to you being a part of his team?
So the first time we met 2 years ago, I thought this guy was really, really cool. He was very respectful, and it wasn't much. It was just more of just connecting, just hanging out and stuff like that. And then this last year, that's when we started connecting. And I'm like, hey, man, whatever I can do to help you out, let me know. And then after that, he didn't really have any team that was like there with him since the beginning. So he reached out to me, and and I said, you know what? If I can help you out, I'll be there. And then a couple weeks after that, he flew me into Australia, and we trained out there for a little bit until like about 2 weeks ago we came here.
And you're a busy guy. You got your own career. You have a family, kids. What made you? What potential do you see in Michael Zerafa that made you say, I'm going to take my time and energy to work with this guy and help him chase his dreams?
Well, for me, I just, this is me. I've always been in my heart. So for me, having some guy who's a really nice guy, very respectful to me, I'm like, hey, whatever I can do to help. But then getting to know him, I realized how talented he is, and then that's when I started to bring out a lot of his talent, all the things that I understood and what my knowledge is and my experience in boxing, he was able to comprehend and be able to do the things I was teaching him. So, but that's pretty much how it all started.
And he's facing Erislandy Lara, WBA world champ. How do you see that fight going?
I mean, I've seen my guy, the way he trains like me. We train like animals, So for me, I know what he's capable of, and I know he has every talent and every work ethic to win this fight, And of course I tell him like, hey, listen, I'm old too, and he's old too, but don't underestimate us because I got in with him in the ring, and he knows that I got some good, I'm still there. So so just to get all the underestimation and just because of the age and all this other stuff that has nothing to do with it, for me and him, I told him that you just got to go in there 100%. It doesn't matter who it is. Don't even think about the age. Don't even think about his experiences and all his accolades. Doesn't matter. When you go in there, you're going there with the man.
And we know that Lara is a very slick fighter. I brought this up to Zarafa, a guy that's slick, doesn't get hit a whole lot. So how do you guys plan to land punches on a guy that's so elusive?
I can shoot 20 shots, and one or two of them are going to get, or even more. So we're not going to be trying to do all kinds of crazy stuff, but we know that when it comes down to it, Zarafa got the power, but at the same time, he has the arsenals and the work ethic to throw as many punches as possible.
Well, I want to ask you next about what's maybe coming up for you. You've had, obviously, an amazing career, and I know you love boxing so much. What's next?
I've been calling out Inouye's brother, or Naoya's brother, Takuma Inoue, who has a WBA belt at the bantamweight. So hopefully we can dance. I would love that. If I can't get the big brother, I'm going to get the little brother. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. We always wanted to fight each other. So hopefully we can make that happen.
And do you have any advice to these younger fighters? You've been in this game a long time. Do you have any advice to give to them? Because I know when you have a long career, and especially in a hard sport like boxing, there's ups and downs, and there's no team. It's just you in the ring. It's not like you're on a football team or a basketball team. So what would be your advice to them just to be able to press on and keep their love for boxing and stay working hard?
It's about the mindset. A lot of things in life is about the mindset. In order for you to love something, you got to know and understand why you love it. You gotta ask those questions. If you don't ask those questions of why you're here or why you want to keep going, you're always gonna be a step behind, and you're never gonna perform the way you should be able to perform as a human being, as a person, as a fighter. So my advice is understand you, work hard, and know your purpose. To have a purpose in life is a step up of understanding why you're doing the things that you do. For me, I'm still fighting because I got a purpose. My purpose is I wake up in the morning, I feel great about things, and I want to accomplish much more of what my body, what God has given me to accomplish, and I don't deny myself for that. A lot of people say, oh, you're already old, this and this and that. That don't stop me because my body feels good in the morning. Anybody can tell me anything, but if I say no, that means it's no. My advice, again, is understand you by allowing the question and by having the purpose. Number one is having the purpose. And when you have that purpose, anything just falls into place.
I agree with that. A lot of guys, you need to have that purpose or your why, because if you lose a fight or you get injured, when those times are dark and you don't have a purpose or a why, it's hard to want to, and it's easy to want to give up. But if you have a purpose, that's what you hold on to and you keep going forward.
Well, the thing about purpose is it does drive you. But the thing is, the understanding of life that it too shall pass. You may lose today, but you might win again tomorrow. The thing about life is people are easily so stuck in the past. When they're stuck in the past, they can't move on to become who they are because they're so stuck in it. They're anchored themselves. But when you learn to say, you know what, I'm grateful for that. And this is why I'm going to go and beat everybody else. You know, that's how the power within us, we got that power within us. You know, and people just got to realize that power by not being in the past or in the future, but being in this moment and training your ass off for it.
Have you ever thought about being a motivational speaker? Because I did not know we were going to go to church right now. That was very, very motivating.
No, it's just in the heart. It's just in the heart. I've always been the kind of person that I love to help people. I was here because I was helped by Andre Ward. You know, Dre brought me to love the sport all over again. You know, with my wife, I wouldn't understand whether I love the sport. I just did it. And she'd ask me, why do you box? And I was like, I don't know. I did it for everybody else, you know. And then from that moment on, I realized that I love boxing, and I got to the very top of my career. But again, I wouldn't be here if there weren't people that brought me to be, you know, and that includes losing as well. I lost my second fight. That didn't stop me. You know, a lot of people stop because, oh, I don't got it. I don't got it. No. You're only going to stop if you stop. That's it. You're only going to quit if you quit. All is the choice that we make that brings us our path. That's it. Our life is because of what we decide to do for ourselves. Simple as that.
Well, I love that wisdom that you're sharing with us right now. That was nice. And I hope someone at home hopefully felt inspired by that. So thank you, Nonito, for your time. And we'll see you in the corner on March 30th and Michael Zerafa's fight versus Erislandy Lara on PBC Pay-Per-View on Prime Video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. We may interview another fighter, or we may see Tim Tszyu in the ring for his media workout. Everyone, if you're tuning in just now, I'm Jordan Plant. Welcome to our PBC Las Vegas Media Workout. We're at Split T Boxing Club. We've already seen a few of our fighters on our March 30th card do their media workout. We still have two left, our guys in the main event. Rising star Tim Tszyu against contender Sebastian Fundora for Tszyu's WBO title and the vacant WBC 154-pound world title. They'll be in our main event on our PBC Pay-Per-View event available on Prime Video March 30th at T-Mobile Arena. Tickets for the live event are available now through AXS.com. Trust me, you guys do not want to miss this. These guys, they seem focused, ready to rumble. They're all very serious. They're promising big blows, and they're bringing the energy. So I'm very excited for our March 30th card. If you can't make it in person, again, make sure you buy the PBC Pay-Per-View available on Prime Video. All right, guys, I am here with former world champion Caleb Plant, and we have our fight next Saturday, March 30th, Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. How do you see that fight playing out?
Man, that's a big fight. You know, both guys like to come forward, put punches together, so I don't see that fight going the distance, but I'm not exactly sure, you know, I can't say for sure on the outcome. You know, Tszyu, he's a great fighter, and we'll just have to see how he's able to deal with Sebastian Fundora's height and his reach and his output as well. But it's hard to say. Tim Tszyu, he's got more momentum. So if I had to pick, that'd be who I'll go with. But it's a tough fight.
And as a fighter, with such a last-minute change, you know, it's not like they're 3-0, 5-0 starting off where those things happen more often. What would be your mindset knowing, okay, now I got this guy coming in. He's a different stance. He's a lot taller. What would you do in his scenario, or what would be your advice to Tim Tszyu?
I mean, just got to trust the conditioning, trust his training. You know, I'm sure he's got a great team around him. That's why he's been able to do what he's done thus far. And yeah, I'm sure this won't be the first southpaw he's going up against. So just falling back on his training, you know, that'll be important. It is a curveball, but you know, it's a curveball for Sebastian Fundora too. So just got to get in there, let the bell ring, and you know, let them figure it out.
And in the co-main event, we have Rolly fighting Isaac Cruz. How do you see that fight playing out? Because I feel like that may still be the fight of the night. Those guys are going to bring the action. Rolly said himself he's going to be throwing punches. He's trying to hurt him. So,
yeah, I mean, that's a tough fight. They're both chucking him hard, and I don't see that fight going the distance. And if I had to pick, I think Isaac wins by knockout. Yeah, I think, you know, he does a better job of, you know, offense and defense. And, you know, sometimes I feel like Rolly, he leaves himself open a little bit. So.
All right, and then the next fight on the card, we have Erislandy Lara versus Michael Zerafa. Zarafa came all the way from Australia. The last time he was here, he fought Peter Quillen. He came up short. He did let me know, you know, I was young. I was about 21 years old, inexperienced. Now he said he's a man. He's more prepared, and he's planning to beat Erislandy Lara. But Lara, as we know, has a lot of experience. He's been in a lot of big fights. He's no stranger to the stage. So how do you see that fight playing out?
You know, I know that Lara's had a little time off, so just depending on how he's able to deal with that, you know, that time away from the ring, it could be better for him, you know, getting some rest for his body, getting his mind right, whatever it may be. But if he's able to handle that well, then I got Lara by, you know, a decisive decision or a knockout. You know, just the experience level, his boxing ability, you know, I have to lean towards my guy, Lara.
And Lara did let me know that he has been sparring a lot. He said in his time off, I think in a year, he sparred well over 100 rounds. He said he didn't keep track, but he knows he's been staying active sparring. So can you talk about how crucial it is for a fighter if they do have, you know, a layoff, that you need to stay active in the gym, and that sparring may help you from having that ring rest?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when fighters were fighting more frequently, you know, staying busy and sparring was obviously important, but, you know, with an extended period of time away from the ring, keeping that competitive edge, keeping things flowing, you know, keeping your, you know, just your skills sharp. You know, it's important, I feel like, almost even more now in this era to, you know, make sure you're sparring frequently so you can keep the machine running.
And, you know, speaking of sparring and training, we last saw you versus David Benavidez here in Las Vegas. So what's up next for you? Can you give the fans any insight on what they may see?
Yeah, should be back this summer, and probably be, you know, a tune-up fight coming back. Wanted to make the Charlo fight. It doesn't seem like, you know, that was going to get made in time for whatever reason. So looking to get a tune-up, and then, you know, hopefully we can make that Charlo fight happen. That's what I want.
I think the fans would love to see that too. That's a great fight for boxing. Top-level guys coming in the ring facing each other in the ring. That's what everyone wants to see. Now, we're also going to be seeing on PBC Pay-Per-View Prime Video Canelo fighting Jamie Munguia. And what are your thoughts on that fight?
I think, you know, Canelo's got that one in the bag. Munguia spent, you know, a lot of his time at the middleweight division, and not just, I know Canelo did too, but that was also some time ago. You know, Munguia is just kind of now moving up. So I think Canelo will handle it in fashion.
Okay, well, hey, I know you follow boxing. This guy's a boxing junkie, follows all the fights. So I appreciate your insight, and we're looking forward to see you back this summer. Thank you so much.
Sure, appreciate it.
Yes, and now Tim Tszyu he just arrived in the building, so he's going to enter the ring for his media workout before he faces Sebastian Fundora on March 30th. right, and if you guys are just tuning in to our live stream, this is our PBC Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club. It's a great gym here in Las Vegas. A lot of room and equipment. We're really enjoying it here, but we're here ahead of our March 30th PBC Pay-Per-View event, available on Prime Video at T-Mobile Arena. Tickets for the live event are available now through AXS.com. And the event is promoted by the wonderful TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing. Right now in the ring, we have rising star Tim Tszyu. He is putting his WBO title on the line against rising contender Sebastian Fundora, and they'll also be fighting for the vacant WBC 154-pound world title in our main event on March 30th. Should bring some action. If any of you have seen Tim Tszyu fight, you know he's exciting. He comes prepared, he's strong, comes forward, great fighter. Excited to see what he's going to do on Saturday night. And also what's in store for him in the future. He had a great 2023. He had 3 wins and became a world champion. So we'll see what 2024 has in store for him. After he's done working out, he'll actually join us over for an interview, and he'll also face off with Sebastian Fundora, so you guys will not want to miss that. I'm curious to see exactly how they match up height-wise. Tim Tszyu's energy seems good. Spoke to him earlier. Not too phased about the change in opponents. It happens quite frequently to him, so he knows how to make adjustments.
Feel like maybe when you see a guy coming forward so much, you don't think.
So yes, we will let him finish working out, and then he'll join us over at the backdrop for an interview when he's finished. You guys stay tuned.
Tim, talk a little bit about the disappointment. Obviously, Keith Thurman falling out. You know, that was going to be the biggest name on your resume. Fundora, another big name nonetheless. But what was that moment like for you? And I heard you got right to studying Fundora as soon as you found out Thurman was out.
Man, honestly, slept it off. I was disappointed. I've been thinking about that for what? 8 to 10 weeks. Prepping for an opponent, and then all of a sudden, it's not just changing an opponent, it's a complete opposite opponent. Yeah, everything. You know what? To be great, you've got to do things like this. You know?
Was there any hesitation to take the Fundora fight, given how short notice?
I'm a man of my word. I'm authentic. How I'm always going to be. And the reason for me to do this is who I am. This is why I'm doing it.
Now, more on the line, not just you get to defend your belt, but the WBC have put up the belt as well. Talk to us about the opportunity to become unified world champion and what that means to you.
It means the world, man. WBC, WBO, taking over the division one by one, you know, and making a stamp. It's history. It's legacy, man. This is legacy defining stuff.
I was just talking to Glenn, obviously, you worked with your father. 32 years ago this month, your father made his pro debut. Have you gone back to watch the Zad fight at all, or anything, given that you're fighting in Vegas, headlining the big one?
Nah, not really, man. Solely focused just on myself, man. I haven't watched anything, man.
Any words of advice that he's given you for this one?
No, I haven't spoken to him much, man. Just been in the zone.
At least 2.5 after Coachella, you gotta loop. Yeah, you gotta turn back. Yeah, you gotta go towards LA and then come back.
Yeah, you gotta go around like that, right?
All right, Tim, how's it going? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, very, very good, actually.
And I heard you were sparring just before this. How did that sparring go? You know, you're a week out from the fight. Actually, before you answer that, with the last-minute change in opponent, obviously everyone's talking about it. I know you're probably sick of hearing about it, but this guy is a lot taller and he's a southpaw. But I heard you flew in Mikkel Fox, who is the same height, and he's a southpaw. So how grateful for you having a guy come in last minute, give you some great work.
100%, you know, and it was the how quick it happened. You know, I found out the news on Sunday evening, and the boys were in Monday morning. So 2 of them came down, and I'm grateful for that type of work to be able to give me. Just, you know, a week's notice, a week prep to fight such a fighter like that. It's David versus Goliath.
And what's the biggest adjustment you think you're going to have to make? Obviously, I know he's southpaw, but what's going to be your most crucial punch or maybe defense that's going to be the key to your fight on Saturday?
Yeah, this fight's all it's awkwardness. You know, you got someone that tall, someone lanky, who's got a completely different style to Thurman. Someone that I've been prepping for 8 weeks, but nothing phases me, nothing worries me.
You're used to guys going up.
Whatever, yeah. There's a long list of them, man. There's a long list, and whatever, it is what it is. The show goes on.
And you had an amazing 2023. You had 3 fights, 3 wins, and you became world champion. So how do you top that, and what are your plans for 2024?
Well, look, this is unification. So there's another belt on the line. WBC is coming on board, which I'm grateful for. You know, another legacy-defining type fight, and then just continuing doing what I'm doing. And you know, one day I hope they'll say the Tszyu name would be the greatest family to ever step foot into this boxing world.
I love that it's a family business. You know, that's very important, and I feel like that's something you can lean on when times do get tough. In a situation like this, where you have a last-minute change in opponent, you can lean on your core values. You know, I did want to touch on your opponent though, Sebastian Fundora, who we see working out in the ring right now. Have you seen him in person before?
Yeah. We met a couple times actually. He's a good fella. There's not much to say. He's got the height. That's how he fights, and he's a good man.
Yes, and just because he's so much taller than you, do you plan on just digging into his body on fight night?
No, not particularly. You know, I'll hopefully find the right shots. Every great boxer finds a way to win. So whatever it is on the night, hopefully we'll find those keys.
And you guys have a similar opponent in Brian Mendoza, who was your last fight, and it was also his last fight. Yeah. Did you watch this fight versus Brian Mendoza, and did you take anything away from that?
Yeah, well, Mendoza caught him with a clean punch. Didn't take much, you know, just a clean textbook left hook, and that's all it took. But you know what? The funny thing, last week we actually spoke to Mendoza, and I was just out of nowhere, I just asked him a little bit about Fundora, and he said a few things, and yeah, it was just interesting to get an insight. And then, you know what, like a couple of days later, me and him are on now. So it's funny how worlds can align. And
can you share with us what he told you?
He says he's awkward. He's tall because his style. He uses his height in different ways, but his punches don't hurt. So I guess we'll have to see on the night.
I guess we'll have to see. And how do you feel about fighting on Prime Video? It's a huge streaming service. It's new. You're opening up PBC's debut on it. How special is that for you?
Yeah, it's an honor. You know, honor for the whole network to believe in me. You know, to keep these things going. Even though Thurman pulled out, the ball keeps rolling. We're still doing things, and we're starting history-making things on Amazon.
All right, well, any final thoughts or anything you want to say to Sebastian Fundora or the fans?
Don't blink for this one.
We won't. Simple. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tim, and we'll see you on March 30th.
I appreciate it.
All right, you guys. We'll check in with Sebastian Fundora here. Actually, they're going to face off, so you'll stay here, Tim. I'm going to get out of the way. Don't want to be between you guys. And there we have it. Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora face off for our main event on March 30th at T-Mobile Arena on PBC Pay-Per-View, available on Prime Video, promoted by TGB Promotions and No Limit Boxing. You guys, this is going to be an exciting fight. Sebastian Fundora always brings it. So does Tim Tszyu. So I think we're going to see some big blows and an entertaining fight. Let's look at that height difference, though. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Kudos to both guys for taking, this last-minute change and accepting that. True professionals, great athletes. We will speak to Sebastian Fundora after this face-off.
What side is on who? Fundora right here? Yeah, right here on that back side. Switch it up. Yep. Hold that guy. Sebastian, take your hand off. Ryan, which way do you want to look after this?
Thank you guys for tuning in. We are hosting the PBC Las Vegas Media Workout here at Split T Boxing Club. Right now you see world champion Tim Tszyu facing off with contender Sebastian Fundora. They will be facing off on March 30th for Tszyu's WBO title and the vacant WBC 154-pound world title in our main event. It's going to be fireworks, guys. Both of these guys like to bring the action, throw big blows, fight smart. They've both had full training camps for this fight, so they're both prepared and feeling good. We'll speak to Sebastian Fundora when they are done facing off, get his thoughts on the fight. This fight will be on PBC Pay-Per-View, available on Prime Video March 30th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's promoted by TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing. Tickets for the live event are available now through AXS.com, so get your tickets now. This is something you guys don't want to miss. I can always appreciate two guys who are committed to the sport. They do it right. They're good guys, and they're coming to win, so it should be a great matchup. It's been a while. So everyone knows there's a big change. You already had a full camp, though. You knew you were fighting next weekend. So how are you feeling knowing you've had about a year layoff and now you're back in the ring, and not just in a fight, but in a unification fight?
I was telling my dad about this. We got this call on Sunday. Big news, very big news. Not for one title, because we were fighting for the first. At first, we were just fighting for the WBC, but now it's the WBC and the WBO. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and I'm not gonna fight it.
That's why it's so important to do what you're supposed to do and stay prepared, because you never know what opportunities are going to come up, and when you're prepared, that's when you win. So it's not the biggest change for you because the height's the same, the stance is the same, but are there any adjustments you've made in this final week of camp, whether it's in sparring or training, to prepare for Tszyu?
I'm just gonna work on what I need to do. With the Bohachuk, he's right-handed. He was a shorter fighter than me as well, and they're pressure punchers. So I feel the same thing with Tim Tszyu. It's no different to me. I'm just need to worry about what I'm gonna do, stick to my plan, and I'll become successful.
And then the triangle theory, I'm not sure you've heard of that, but it doesn't always hold true in boxing, but you and Tszyu have a common opponent in Brian Mendoza. So Brian beat you, he beat Brian. Did you watch his fight versus Brian? Did you take away anything from that?
I actually didn't watch that fight. You know, I was working with my dad. We were doing a fence, or I forgot what it was. It was last year. So, but we were busy. With the fight with Mendoza, of course, I lost that fight, but I felt that fight was pretty easy before that. And I'm just going to do my thing, worried about what Sebastian Fundora can do and nothing about anybody else.
And how do you feel about fighting on Prime Video? It's the first fight on this new network, and a lot of people are excited for it. It's a huge streaming service. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm very excited. You know, when they announced that we're fighting now on Amazon, it was a big deal, you know, because it's a new platform. It's new age. This is all digital now. It's no more TV, really. It's different. It's different. It's streaming now. might as well be fighting on YouTube and all those things. It's the future, and the fact that I'm fighting on the first card, the main event, pay-per-view, this is the real deal.
Yes, I'm excited for it too. And you live in California, so it's close to Vegas. Are you expecting a lot of fans to come out for your fight?
I hope so. You know, we build a lot of fans with our past fights, so, you know, and we fought in Vegas a couple of times already too. So, you know, come on, support the Towering Inferno. Why not?
Okay, and last question: how are you expecting this fight to go? Do you see it going the distance, or do you see it ending early, maybe?
I just want to win this fight. I want to become unified champion, and we'll see from there on.
All right, Sebastian. Well, it's always nice talking to you. Thank you so much, and kudos to you for accepting this fight, you and Tim, and we're really looking forward to it. The fans appreciate it, so thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys, so that's it for our media workout, and I'm going to let him do his photo ops. Steps to the side. That's it for our Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club. I'm Jordan Plant. I really hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We have a stacked card from top to bottom with world title fights, so tune in on March 30th to our PBC Pay-Per-View, available on Prime Video from T-Mobile Arena. Tickets are available now on AXS.com.